been reading some of Daniel Amen's books, and they're about brain health. This one is Healing Anxiety and Depression. And he makes the case that a lot of what are called mental disorders are due to physical damages or deficiencies of the body, and that's causing, things like bipolar or depression or anxiety, even things like toxic exposures. One thing I think that is really important factor to notice is, while there may be physical assaults on the brain or toxic exposures, I think something that he fails to really underline is the lack of hydration. If our brains are mostly water, I think chronic dehydration, which most Americans and probably many people across the world are suffering from this. And I think chronic dehydration can be a factor in the malfunctioning of the brain and brain damage. And I think that combined with, let's say, a very stressful environment, whether it's a stressful home environment or whether it's a stressful work environment, combine that with chronic dehydration and, let's say, a toxic exposure, and while nobody got their head hit, with a soccer ball or a car accident, or while no toxic exposures were made, these kind of nebulous factors such as dehydration, chronic extreme stress, and then what other factor, like chronic stress with that all, I think that is a huge factor in why people are, I think especially people in our modern society are suffering. And one other point I wanted to make is the decline of the Roman Empire was due to, my understanding, was partially at least due to the lead piping that was used, and basically the leaders poisoned themselves with the lead that eventually poisoned their waters. And I'm sure other people have made this correlation, but with all of our technology and the American Empire being so flourishing and whatever. However, if we look at so much of our health, it seems like a majority of Americans are suffering from one thing or another. If it's not diabetes, it's obesity, or if it's not obesity and diabetes, it's anxiety or depression or alcoholism, or at least some type of trouble, and I just wonder if the emotional imbalance and dissatisfaction of our culture is due to the toxins in our environment, and not only the toxins in our environment, but the toxic way of life that we have, where we're not resting enough, where we're overstressed, and where we're not hydrating sufficiently, and so we're chronically dehydrated. And people may think, oh yeah, I should drink more water. It's so essential. It's such a huge. That's something that should be taught and discussed and explained, about water and breathing, conscious breathing. And de-stressing, relaxation. These are things that should be facilitated and taught in schools, rather than let's explore high math, or maybe taught in addition, So I just wanted to put that out there in terms of just what I've been thinking, and thanks for watching.